Hey, what's going on, everybody? Movie Phantom here, and it's another Tuesday. It's another top three. Now, last week I asked, what was your top three horror films that begin with the letter E? I was an asshole. I knew there was basically three anyways, but you guys replied. And actually, with the exception of like maybe two movies that everybody's thinking of that got repeated, it was kind of changed up here and there. So we'll start off with Ghostface Kid 101 at number 3, The Evil Dead remake. Everybody liked it. I personally was not a fan. I mean, it had moments. I'm not saying it was complete dog shit. I did like the gore. It was just the story, and then just the fact that there was no need for the remake. I'm looking forward to the TV series coming out, and I never would say that. Like, I would never be the guys like, I'll wait for the TV series. No, nah. But in this case, I am. Number 2, the original Evil Dead. Fuck yeah. And then number 1, Evil Dead 2. So, boom, there you go. Thank you, my man. Lori Holt hit me up. And at number 3, she said Ed Gein, the butcher of Plainsfield. So, I have not seen that one. I remember there for a while, there was like a big slew of them, like straight-to-video, like serial killer, movies and everything. And I caught a bunch of them, but I never caught the Ed Gein one. Number 2, The Exorcist. And number 1, Exorcism of Emily Rose, which, yes, I love that movie too. So thank you. Torture Vision hit me up and said, number 3, Elves. Never seen it. May have to check that out. Number 2, Embrace of the Vampire, the Alyssa Milano titty movie. Hear good things, actually. Like I hear it's more on that it's so bad it's good type side of things, but still, everybody's like, you should watch it. I've yet to see it. And number 1, this is one I thought we'd see a lot more of, but we didn't. Event Horizon. Another one of these movies that everybody fucking loves. I just can't get into it. Like, I don't know. I wanted to like it too. Cause, I mean, I know Paul Anderson or Paul W.S. Anderson. Don't want to drag P.T. Anderson into the mess. But I know like his name is almost synonymous with like, trash movies. And I think it's unfair because I actually liked Mortal Kombat and Resident Evil and, I'm sure something else I'm missing, but anyways, I like those movies, and so when I found out this was like one of his early ones, and the cast, I was like, well, shit, and just the plot itself, I was like, that sounds pretty good, and I watched it, and I just truly was not a fan of it, but yeah, so thank you, my man, for hitting me up. My Bloody Sanitarium, at number 3, The Exorcist, boom. Number 2, The Entity, getting a remake. I talked about that a couple weeks ago, or maybe last week, but yeah. So, I like The Entity. I did like the original. I thought it was pretty good. And number 1, Evil Dead. Original. So, Sky Dark at number 3 also threw in The Entity. Number 2, Event Horizon. And number 1, The Evil Dead. I assumed it would just be Evil Dead Exorcist across the board. I really did. And then, so thank you guys. Simon Terrell finally came by. Not finally, he dropped one, but we're at the end, so... it's been a long day, guys. I'm sorry. Finally, we get to our 6th one, and it's Simon Terrell, buddy of mine. Number 3, Evil Dead 2. Number 2, and this is also my top 3, The Exorcist 3. He says it's vastly underrated. I totally agree. Totally agree. I think it's the best of the series, and yeah, I'll punch that William freaking or whatever his name is right in the dick. I'll punch him right in the dick and be like, guess what? Your movie's overrated. And number 1. Evil Dead. So there you guys go. Thank you guys so much. That is awesome. That's beyond. I literally threw this one out there and I was like, man, there's only like 3 movies anyways. No one's gonna hit this up, and you guys came through. Thank you very much. Hey, the fan appreciates it. So this week I was like, what we're gonna do? Take a look at the movies I got. I was like, all right, here's what we're gonna do. Top 3 Asian horror films. We did Italian horror films a couple weeks back. We're gonna do Asian horror films now. For me, I know, like, I don't know, maybe everyone's gonna jump on Ringu and Ju-on, which, don't get me wrong, I like those movies, they're not bad, but, I'm gonna go different with it. For me, at number 3, I'm gonna go, probably go, I should have wrote these down, coming off the cuff with it. You know what? I'll go with the Chinese torture chamber story 2. That was one I randomly came across, and it was just so fucking awesome. Did my review. It's weird. Just going off topic real quick. you know, on your everybody's channel you have, like when you upload videos, you have like your most popular one. And that's my most popular video, which really throws me off because it is a bad video, because I am doing, you know, if you aren't familiar with the story, there's a lot of rape and torture. But when I did the video, I had Natalie Myers of the Corn Children next to me. Now, I'm a prick, don't get me wrong, I mean, I will curse in front of whatever, but I don't try to go into the torture, rape aspect of things. So I'm like, it's a review I did, and I sugarcoat the shit out of it. Like, I'm trying to dance around this. Maybe that's why it's popular, I don't know, but I thought it was interesting, because I was like, man, that's like the one review I wish I could kind of redo sometime. And, yeah, so, but yeah, I'll say number 3 is a Chinese torture chamber story, 2. At number 2... I'm going to get some shit for this, but I think number 2, I'm going to put Audition. I know number 1, everybody's like, going to be my number 1, but I'm going to go Audition number 2. And sheerly just for that surprise factor. Like, I just remember hearing the hype and then watching it. And honestly, and I'll come out and say it right now, honestly bored as shit for the first half of the movie. Like, I was just like, why is this getting all that hype? And then the ending comes, I'm like, son of a bitch! Like, oh, fuck! Ah! There it is. That's it. And honestly, when I rewatch it, the first half don't bother me now. Like now, because I know we're built up to something good, and it seems more interesting this time around. Whereas the first time, I don't know. But yeah, Audition's my number 2 and number 1, and it was followed by a really shitty American remake. But I love the original. One Missed Call. I was a huge fan of that. So I want to know. The Phantom wants to know, what are your top 3 favorite Asian horror films? Now, guys, you know how to do it at this point. You can do a video response. Boom, you make the video, you give me your reasons, you can run your mouth a little bit. That's what I do. I mean, I love doing that. And then, of course, when you're done, you just take the address above, you copy that bad boy, come back here, and you paste it down below. Or if you don't want to go through all that, just get a hold of me somehow, and you'd be like, hey, Phantom, I got your top 3 video responses right here. And then I'll be like, all right, I'll check it. I'll come to your channel and check it out. Or you guys can do the tried and true method of leaving that comment down below. So... right there. And that's perfectly fine. I'm down with that too. And of course, finally, you got Facebook and Twitter. So you want to hit me up over on Facebook or Twitter? Hey, by all means, do it. So, alright, well, guys, top 3 Asian horror films. I'm the Movie Fan.